is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Utah Utes, Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Utes about to kick it away and get this season started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side now. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They're going back to the ground. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Off the play fake. Makes the grab. It's McCann. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Finds his big tight end. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Takes the handoff. It's John. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Pressure coming, and they can't make the connection.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Out of the end zone. He's going to take off. He's past the 30. Got a first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on that play.
He'll try to do it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Utes want to pick up the tempo.
I'll tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
The play action fake. Deep shot for the end zone. Wide out trying to get it in. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Go straight ahead. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. He'll do it himself. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
Still some work to do here on third and goal from the 3. Barrels ahead.
About this offensive line, third and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. From the gun, the ground game. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to pass, it's Soto. Punts it out of the air. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Under fire. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Working the middle. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Catch in the middle, it's Fuentes. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Man, on the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The RPO, it's complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Utes want to move quickly. Grab near the sticks. It's Jordan. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a man. Gets it out quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. And the Utes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. To throw, it's Soto. Snags it over the middle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. Grab near the marker. It's Johns. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Aggies! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Catch in the middle. It's Fuentes. There he goes. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Utes will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete. Let's talk for just a minute here about Utah. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to buy time. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give from the gun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Utes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got it, first down and more. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. Touchdown, Utah! The offense cashing in on that drive. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. The home team is just getting blown off the field right now, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The Chanticleers have taken the life from this defense. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like it. A thoroughly complete performance. They're trailing by 21 to Coastal Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Really good-looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space, was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that, too. If they can find more creative ways to get this guy out in the open field, watch out, because he's a home run waiting to happen.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Back to throw, it's Soto. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And the returner will be brought down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Slips through the line. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Now improvising. Slithers into space. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
And the Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Rides the back on the option, the give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here comes the heat. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Aggies will have it first and 10. Dropping back, it's Soto. Starting to feel a little pressure. Oh, he's got a chance. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Look out, he's got room. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
One more snap coming before halftime. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they...
Oh, he's got some space. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
To the ground. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Got a man. It's hooked. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Makes a connection. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Back open in the middle. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. And the Utes are in the hurry-up. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Maybe a little long for a field goal, definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Utes have it with a 1st and 10.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
Second down.
And the Utes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Throwing right. Complete downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Utes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
He's got 2. He's got 2.
He wants to throw it again. Touchdown, Utes! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So it's an 80-yard drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
That's That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Grabs it in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Fuentes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit, yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in 3rd down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
Hunt is on its way. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. Grab near the marker, it's McCann. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that 1st.
Leaves it with the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And Winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Looking to throw, it's Soto. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
The linebackers blitz. Not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Hunt is in the air. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. This should be the last play of the quarter. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has vexed this defense with scramble after scramble. Has another first down. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. That's caught. It's Jordan. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Tosses it incomplete.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rushes on him. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now third down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Utes send out the punt unit.
Number 19, on to kick it away.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this... And the quarterback pulled up to and sacked at the 12.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. He'll pull it down and run.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. Well, wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Pulls it in. It's Fuentes. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
2nd down coming up. 39.
And this has been a bit of the story of this game so far, is this quarterback's running ability and whether or not the defense can stop them. They got the play there. They were able to get a sack, rally to him, and get one of the faster quarterbacks you'll see in college football down on the ground. This guy already has over 40 rushing yards in this game, so he has had some success, but I think a big key now moving forward is how does this defense stop him?
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. That's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting, but now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And he pulls it again. He's been doing it time and time again. This defense has not changed up enough the picture, the look, to make it harder for this QB to make different decisions or make difficult ones.
Grab behind the line. It's Fuentes. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I don't know if he made the right decision there or not. You could tell he could have given the football to the running back, but he chose to keep it, and it just got strung out down the right side and nowhere to go. I tell you what, better defense than bad decision-making by that quarterback.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Alabama is on top, but it's not like Tua or Jalen Hurts or even Ken Stabler are playing quarterback, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 8 over Virginia Tech. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Pocket breaking down. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Utes!
How about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Turning it on! These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple of more times. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit